That bottle of extra virgin olive oil in your kitchen right now, there's a 73% chance it's fake. Not lower quality, not mislabeled, fake. UC Davis tested the top-selling imported brands in America. Nearly 3 out of 4 failed to meet basic extra virgin standards. Some were so bad, they got classified as lampante. That's the industry term for oil unfit for human consumption. Oil that should never have reached a store shelf, let alone your dinner table. One of these brands paid $7 million to settle a fraud lawsuit. Another had products pulled from shelves after testing found carcinogenic compounds. And behind all of it is what Italian authorities are calling the Agromafia, a $16 billion criminal network built on selling you something that isn't what it claims to be. You've been paying premium prices, you've been trusting labels, and the industry has been counting on you not knowing any better. Well, today that changes. I'm breaking down 7 olive oil brands you should never buy, and at the end, I'll show you exactly how to spot real extra virgin olive oil so you stop getting ripped off. Number 1. Pompeian. You've seen it everywhere. Walmart, Target, Kroger, Costco. It's one of the most recognizable olive oil brands in America, owned by D. Coupe, Spain's largest olive oil cooperative. The bottle looks premium. The labels mention first cold press, some products even carry the NAOA certified seal and USDA verification. Sounds trustworthy. Until you look at the testing data. When UC Davis researchers analyzed the top-selling imported olive oil brands, Pompeian didn't just fail, it had the highest failure rate of any brand tested, 94%. That means in their sampling, 94 out of every 100 bottles showed signs of oxidation, defects, or quality degradation that disqualified them from extra virgin status. But it gets worse. In 2018, Spanish newspaper El Español exposed a scandal involving Olive Extra, a product line sold under the Pompeian brand. According to their investigation, the so-called extra virgin olive oil contained over 99% Canadian rapeseed oil. Yes, you heard that right. The actual extra virgin olive oil content in the whole bottle is less than 1%. When 94 out of 100 bottles fail quality test, that's not a quality control issue. That's a business model built on selling you something that isn't what it claims to be. At number 2, we've got Bertolli. The next brand on our list controls 40% of the American olive oil market. You almost certainly have one in your kitchen right now. Bertolli. It's owned by Deoleo, a Spanish multinational and the largest olive oil bottler on the planet. Deoleo also owns Carapelli, Carbonell, and Sasso. When you're buying olive oil in America, there's a good chance you're buying from this one company. The marketing is classic Italian romance, imported from Italy, premium heritage, Tuscan tradition, extra virgin quality you can trust. Except in 2018, Deoleo agreed to pay $7 million to settle a class action lawsuit. The case, Caller v. Deoleo USA, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, alleged that Bertolli's imported from Italy claim was deceptive. The olives actually came from Greece, Chile, Spain, Australia, Turkey, and Tunisia. They were shipped to Italy, blended, bottled, and then marketed as Italian. The lawsuit also claimed the clear bottles caused the oil to degrade from light exposure before it even reached store shelves. But the legal troubles didn't even stop there. The Italian antitrust authority fined Deoleo £300,000 for mislabeling. German testing organization Alcotest found mineral oil contamination in Bertolli samples, including compounds that are potentially carcinogenic. Now the truth is, the fallout from these scandals was severe for Deoleo. The brand issued product recalls in 2015 across 20 states and again in 2016. They were also forced to remove imported from Italy from their labels and switch to darker bottles. But when a company pays $7 million to settle fraud claims and nearly goes bankrupt, the premium you're paying isn't going toward quality, it's all about profit margin. Number 3. Filippo Berio. This brand claims to control 20% of the world's extra virgin olive oil market. It's owned by Salav North America Corporation and sold in virtually every major supermarket chain in the country. The green bottle with the Italian flag is designed to signal authenticity, traditional heritage, premium quality straight from Italy. The reality? It's anything but. In May 2019, German consumer testing organization Aquatest published their findings on 20 popular olive oils. Filippo Berio wasn't just flagged, it was named the worst oil in the entire test. Researchers found increased mineral oil residues. They detected MOAH compounds, which are classified as potentially mutagenic and carcinogenic. They also found traces of PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, along with plasticizers and 2 pesticides, deltamethrin and phosmet. Just imagine that. Millions of people have been cooking with that oil for years. Imagine the potential health damage. Now, the company disputed Aquatest's methodology, but the findings were published anyway. When independent testing finds mineral oil residues, carcinogenic compounds, and pesticides in your premium olive oil, the label isn't worth the ink it's printed on. And if you think olive oil fraud is just about getting ripped off, consider this. In 1981, adulterated cooking oil sold as olive oil in Spain poisoned over 20,000 people. More than 1,200 died. This industry has a body count. Number 4. Carapelli. Remember Dealeo, the parent company behind Bertolli that paid $7 million to settle fraud claims and nearly went bankrupt? They also own Carapelli. Founded in 1893 in Tuscany, Carapelli was acquired by Spanish-owned Dealeo in 2005. The branding leans heavily into that Tuscan heritage, authentic Italian craftsmanship, premium extra virgin quality. The testing, though, tells a different story. In 2004, German publication Meadow Magazine tested Carapelli samples and rated them lampante. That's the lowest classification for olive oil. It means the oil is legally unfit for human consumption without further refining. In 2015, Tudor prosecutor Raffaele Guadagnino opened a fraud investigation into Italian olive oil brands, and Carapelli was included. In 2016, the brand was also pulled alongside Bertolli over pesticide concerns. Just imagine all of these health scandals from just one brand. Carapelli did fight back. They sued the Florence Taste Panel that gave their oil unfavorable results. But you know what? The court threw out the lawsuit. I guess that's how you respond to criticism when you're guilty. And the undeniable fact is, when your oil tests as unfit for human consumption, the Tuscan label on the front means nothing. If you're finding this valuable, drop a 4 in the comments so I know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. We've got 3 more brands to cover, plus the tips you need to protect yourself. And at number 5, Colavita. Colavita markets itself as a family-owned Italian brand with deep roots and traditional values. You'll find it in almost every grocery store across the country. They've got multiple product lines, premium pricing, the kind of brand people trust without questioning. Until UC Davis questioned it. In their 2010 to 2011 studies, Colavita was part of the 73% failure rate group. 2 out of 3 bottles tested failed the panel's evaluations. The company pushed back, claiming the samples were improperly stored or had aged past their prime. Here's the problem with that defense. One of the tested bottles was 21 months old, and at the time, Colavita didn't even print harvest dates on their labels. That practice only started in 2010 after the testing revealed the issue. Colavita was also named in a 2010 California class action lawsuit alongside 9 other olive oil brands. They were investigated again in 2015 after the German testing organization Stiftung Warentest rated their products poorly. You see, when a company's defense is our oil was already old when you tested it, that tells you everything about their standards. Number 6. Star. Star olive oil is owned by Borgs International Group, a Spanish company. You've probably seen it on shelves at major grocery chains. The bottle promises extra virgin quality, Mediterranean tradition, the real thing. UC Davis found otherwise. Star was among the top 5 brands in that 73% failure rate study. About 11% of their samples failed sensory panel tests. At the bare minimum, the oil passed basic chemistry checks, meaning it was technically olive oil, but trained testers could tell something was off. The flavor, the aroma, the texture, none of it matched what extra virgin should be. Well, in 2010, Star was named in a class action lawsuit filed in Orange County Superior Court. 9 other brands were listed alongside them. The lawsuit alleged that these companies were selling products mixed with cheaper refined oils, including hazelnut oil. The bottle said one thing, the content said another. Star wasn't alone, and that's the point. This wasn't one bad company, this was an industry cutting corners across the board. Passing a chemistry test while failing a taste test means the oil is technically olive oil, just not good olive oil. And at number 7, Safeway Select. You might think store brands are a safer bet. Fewer middlemen, lower prices, less incentive to cut corners. Think again. Safeway Select, the private label brand from Safeway, got caught up in the same mess. The label said imported from Italy. The label said extra virgin. The price was reasonable, seemed like a smart buy. It wasn't. Safeway Select was part of a $12 million recovery across multiple olive oil false advertising cases. The lawsuit, Kumar v. Safeway Incorporated, was filed in 2014 and settled in March 2018. The legal team argued that the oil wasn't solely Italian. In those clear bottles, they let light in, causing the oil to break down before customers even opened it. California shoppers were paying premium prices for a product that was already going bad on the shelf. As part of the settlement, California consumers could claim cash or vouchers. They could use their Safeway Club card as proof of purchase. Store brands aren't automatically safer. The same problems show up, the same clear bottles, the same vague origin claims, the same misleading labels. And you've got to understand that this problem runs deeper than a few bad brands. CBS 60 Minutes investigated what Italian authorities call the Agromafia, a $16 billion criminal enterprise built on food fraud. Some experts estimate that up to 80% of olive oil sold in the US isn't what it claims to be. But here's the good news, you now know what most shoppers don't, and I'm about to show you exactly how to protect yourself. First off, what to look for? Look for a harvest date, not a Best Buy date, a harvest date. Again, a harvest date. This tells you when the olives were actually picked. You want oil that's no more than 18 months from harvest. Most Best Buy dates are set for 2 or 3 years out, which tells you nothing about freshness. Second, look for single origin. You want a specific country or region on the label. Product of Spain or olives grown in California, not packed in Italy or imported from Italy. Those phrases just mean the oil passed through Italy at some point. The olives could have come from anywhere. Third, check the bottle. Dark glass protects the oil from light. Clear plastic? Walk away. Light breaks down olive oil faster than almost anything else. Tins work too. Fourth, look for third-party certifications. I'm about to go through this list for y'all because this actually means something, so stick with me. First, COOC, the California Olive Oil Council seal. Next, NAOA certified, Australian extra virgin certified, PDO or DOP, which stands for Protected Designation of Origin. These groups run real tests. They verify quality. Fifth, pay attention to price. Genuine extra virgin olive oil costs money to produce. If a bottle seems too cheap, it probably is. Quality single origin oils typically run 50 cents to $1 or more per ounce. That's the real cost of doing it right. And here's a quick at-home quality check that you can do. Real extra virgin olive oil has flavor. Alright, you're gonna want that good stuff. It should taste a little peppery, a little bitter. You might even feel a slight tickle or burn at the back of your throat. That's from the polyphenols, the healthy compounds that make olive oil good for you. If your oil tastes like nothing, it's probably not real extra virgin. One thing to skip, the fridge test. You might have heard that real olive oil solidifies in the fridge. That's a myth. It doesn't work. Don't rely on it. And now for the best brands. Alright, a few brands have performed well in independent testing. California Olive Ranch, especially their 100% California variety, Kirkland Organic from Costco, Cobran of State from Australia, and Cordo Olive. These aren't endorsements, they've just shown better results in testing. Always check harvest dates and certifications for yourself. Standards can change, batches can vary. You now know what 99% of shoppers don't. That knowledge protects you. It protects your family, and it means you will never fall for a fancy label again. If this helped you, subscribe and hit the bell. I'm doing more of these. The food industry has plenty of secrets left to expose. Next time we're going after honey. The fraud there might be even worse. And before you go, drop a comment. Have you noticed anything off about your olive oil? I want to hear your stories.